Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Factorio. So, this is the first video. The first official video that I'm recording with the new microphone. So, we'll see. I don't know. I'm just going to wander around a bit. I like my new oil setup. Makes me happy. Oh, you know what I did is I was streaming the other day and I turned off the music. Get that music back on. Not too loud. Gotta have some background sound. So, I feel like, let's see, we've got a ratio right now of 4 solar panels to 6 accumulators, which is actually pretty ideal. But we need more. So how about we retract this roboport and then fill this in. There's quite a few robots in there. Still within range? No, not quite. Alright, so we'll put you here, we'll give these robots back, and let's tell you guys to fill that in. Now, I know that there's probably still a steel shortage, which is a bit problematic. But they are bringing me steel, so that's nice. Let's see, the last time that I played, I remember I had just started setting up like a major copper input, but then I didn't really get too much of it done. That spot where there were 2, how did that happen? For some reason we didn't end up with electrical poles in this center row. Well, they're not necessary, but we'll put them there anyway. Just so that it's consistent, darn it. Alright, so what we need is we just need more copper. We need more copper, we need more iron, we need more stuff. From where can we get more copper? There's a whole bunch of copper over there. Why don't we just grab that copper and connect it in down here? I feel like that would probably be the more appropriate method of processing new resources here. We're just going to have these primary setups that'll work fantastically. Yeah, this one's backed up. It's not even doing anything. We have this old processing thing, which is just putting them into boxes. Apparently there's a small attack happening over here. I think, you really can't fit here. You can't go here. I mean, I want you to be connected to the other networks, but why don't you just go there. And as always, I end up picking up all the pieces. So we can remove this. I think we're going to reverse this whole course, this whole thing. Is this... It's got 1 electric pole. I kind of feel like I should redesign that. I have to redo it every single time I play. It's just what I do. Alright, yeah, I want to do it with 2 poles. That way I can cue it up from the edge of a thing. Stop beeping at me, game. You stop that right now. So you can go there. There. Let's just, the hell, let's just start fresh. Just start fresh. I want it to be clean. And it's just so reassuring. It's just not, maybe not reassuring is the right word, but it's just so nice to be able to just say refresh, you know, like just remove everything so we can rebuild it again. Just line up the electric poles, go straight down until it doesn't fit anymore. And then we'll do the same thing here. And I could just make it like a huge one, actually. And then it would just, you know, the template would try to place on the whole field, and it obviously wouldn't work. But that will do. And we'll use a big thing to connect one of them. Get these things working. Ah, that's the only drawback to it is that it doesn't... The blueprint doesn't have a spare track. Well, looks like I gotta redo it again. Shocking, right? Come on, you're not shocked. You were never shocked. There's no way. Alright, let's see. So we need, yes, the electric pole, but then we also want to grab just a little bit of extra track. As much as really can fit there. And then now, and the next time we do it, it'll work great. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about trying to really balance this too much. I mean, I guess I will. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do... We're going to use splitters. And cascade them down to merge in. Rather than using, like, curved rail and stuff, which is just too much work. We'll just do splitters. And are almost definitely going to need some pretty fast track. That damn thing keeps beeping at me. It's driving me nuts. Alright, and then I think we'll see what happens here. We're going to be bottlenecked by the splitters at this point. We've merged too much in. Let's get some fast splitters. Probably from about that point is where it needs to be faster. So that's the copper. Copper needs to get down here now. With as few turns as possible. So really, it should just be a straight shot down, but that's going to be kind of problematic with that iron there. Oh well. Hopefully there's some still in the system that can bring it down. Now there is a nice little trick you can do to make corners without having to have express belt. And so we'll see if I can make that work. I can't recall exactly how it works. It's something like... Oh shoot, you know, it might have been a design for single track turns. Yeah, it is. I think it was something like that. Might be able to make it work. Basically, the concept behind it is that the reason that it works is that you're putting half the load on there, and then they can, I don't know, around the corner faster. I don't care. We're gonna make it like this, and you're gonna like it. That damn game keeps beeping at me. Now, why aren't they bringing stuff out here? Are we outside of the network? Yes, we are. Well, that's rather annoying. And I don't have enough advanced circuits to move it. I think we're going to have to relocate this one. Yeah, that one up there is protecting most of that anyway. Not protecting is the wrong word, I'm sorry. You know what I meant. I do think that these are being built somewhere, so... And that probably is still connected around. I'm going to go straight through the coal, because, you know... Can't have turns. As few turns as possible. Oh, great. I took all the lights down. Naturally. Be quiet, robots. Hey, that is so ideal. There's actually just enough space that I can move it down. Just move it up by one. Cool. Alright. I think that the network doesn't have enough parts in it. What do you think? Certainly doesn't seem like it's getting built fast enough. We, like, out of... I used them all up and they're having to be rebuilt somewhere, probably? I mean, it's all within construction range, so... There's probably just one little tiny factory somewhere up here trying to make them. And having a hard time. Lack of gears. Because you're only requesting 20. You request a few more and maybe... So it's requesting 50, but only 30 are being delivered, which means that there's not enough iron in the system for it to get full stuff. We also have like 900 robots not doing anything. 900! There's so many robots doing nothing. So yeah, we just don't have enough iron. Even with this all coming in, it's just not enough. We need to process more. Some of these are not doing anything. What's going on with that? Why is this one not getting enough iron? You know what I'm kind of tempted to do? I've done this before, and it worked pretty well. Let's see how well we can do with a logistic-based unloading system instead of just relying on belts. Like, we have the spare robots, and the closer the goal... Like, how, you know, if they're not moving the items very far, then it's totally fine. So you guys are going to request iron ore. You're outside the construction range, so I'll have to move that roboport probably into the center over here. God, look at all these construction robots. There's so many. Alright, so now we should see a whole slew of robots. Like, pretty much, yeah, look at that. There's like 400 more of them working now than before. And they're going to just make sure that iron gets directly into all of these. And I do think this would probably be a more balanced way of kind of spreading out the iron ore. We'd have to do the same thing in the center one as well. Laser got destroyed somewhere. Who cares? Still missing the track to get the copper flowing. Those robots are so noisy. Yep, they'll just make sure that it's still totally loaded up on both sides. And this one's got... Well, it could probably use a little bit more. So I think we're just going to do that instead. So we're going to... Yeah, I've done it in another factory, and I like the way that it works. So I need some active providers. I need one active provider. Actually, I'm just going to make them all myself. I'll drop them down up here. So you make it so that the train unloads. Oh, look at that. Uh-oh. I think I just saw a hiccup there in the system. If I have too many chests, yeah, this is outside the network. Eventually, this is going to be full of these, and then it's not going to be able to unload them, and now the front cart can't do anything. That's bad. We should put a limit on this. We should say that you can only use 50. Because you never have any issue with 50. So now I've got to, like, manually unload these. But anyway, you use active providers on the chest that comes straight out, and then robots will just come and put them in storage. We've got tons of storage nearby, and then as needed, it gets moved over. So they make sure that the... Isn't it great how I always change everything, and I can never Never make up my mind on how I want to build things. Stop it. Oh, I can't put this down. Stop. I don't want to do that. Darn it. Stop it, game. Goodness gracious. Alright, so you're going to request those, but don't request them in huge droves. I mean, just a few is all we really need. Now this doesn't really need to be here anymore because we're going to rely on robots to unload. Now this does require many more roboports up in this area. Because there's going to be a lot of recharging happening. Okay, so I'm picturing... Is it needs to be 4, or can maybe get away with fewer than that? 4 is pretty safe. Let's do 3. God, they are very noisy. What am I doing here? What's this all about? That doesn't make much sense, does it? I think we may have found the only issue with not having any roboports up here. Do we really not have any transport belt anywhere in the system? No, there's 800 of it. Why is it not being brought up? Oh, goodness. So, we had like 1,000 robots. None of them were ever being used. And now when I actually put some strain on the system, now they're like, oh god, we need power. And I don't think it's because we don't have enough, like, well, we need more roboports, yes, but it's not just that. It's that they all traveled really far to get up here, and now they all need power at the same time. You know, they got depowered by traveling up here from all the way across the base. And what we could do is just isolate the train yard from the rest of this station, from the rest of the factory, and then that way they won't do that. You know, they'll just stick around here and not travel long distances, and they'll just go from Roboport to chest to chest, chest to chest, chest back, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and go recharge every now and then, and that's it. They can move a lot of stuff in that short period of time, especially when they're speed 5 like they are. But it looks like the construction robots are having a hard time getting powered up. Every single Roboport apparently has a swarm of robots around them, waiting to be charged. That's kind of funny, actually. Seems to happen every time I play. There's actually a really cool mod that I saw that like makes it so that you have like these little tiny Roboports that can charge things up. Am I not requesting circuits, or is it they're just not getting put in the network? I feel like some of them should have been delivered to me by now. Looks like the only place that they're put into a provider chest is here. And none of them are being made here because there's no electronic circuits being brought. And there are no electronic circuits being brought. For what reason? Oh, wait a minute. These aren't brought over by requester chests. These are made up here. And none of them are being made because there's no iron. So, why not put more strain on the system? They should be coming down along that path. Hmm. Hey, they're getting a little bit of work done again. We have tons of circuits somewhere, so let's just have them bring them over. That should get advanced circuitry being made. Very good. I think eventually the robots are going to get caught up on their work, and they'll stop all trying to charge at the same time. Thank goodness they don't all die like they used to. That would have been miserable. And in the meantime, our furnaces aren't all working because there are no... Here. Why not have some more strain? Okay, cool. Well, I am going to... You know what? We might need to offload by one. Like, have another chest here that can offload. And just put them into storage. Directly into storage, and then... They'll kind of help out with keeping that direct thing unloaded a bit. Why is that thing still there? Well, I guess it is getting priority on loading, so that's kind of nice. I guess we'll leave it. Why not? Alright, well, I'm going to take a break here. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, as always, everyone. I'll see you again soon.